Hi, guys, and welcome to another episode of Inside Us. Today, we're going to be discussing a very troubling topic: work-life balance. And the question:
is there really such a thing as work-life balance, or is it a myth?
Myth? There has to be something.
Well, if I should
work-life
answer
balance.
the question right off the bat, I would say there is no such thing. But there has to be, so I guess we just need
There
to
has to
find
be,
the right
yes.
balance. Just like there's balance in everything, every aspect of life, you have to just find the balance in everything. And so I guess we just have to find that work-life
because
balance.
if you don't find a balance, if you don't make a balance exist between work and life, then you're going to be in trouble.
Then you won't have any life. Just saying.
Well, yeah. So when we talk about work-life balance, what are we really looking at? I mean, what is life? And what is work?
Work is very simple. They pay you.
Yeah, it's a place you go because you need to make money.
Exactly.
You know? You
Really,
give
if
your
you think about
services
it,
for money.
if you are getting the money,
You not
you
do
would
it.
not do it. So yeah, it's a place that you go to work to get a salary. That's just work. That's it. Yeah. And life entails everything else.
Yes.
Except work. And it kind of does
Include
work.
because we allow it to.
Exactly. But life is everything else. So when you
Yeah.
look at the scale, it's not balanced, because life in a nutshell it entails too much things, and work is just one aspect. Work is just getting up Monday to Friday, or for some persons Monday to Saturday, or
even
Sunday to Sunday, whatever. And life, no, outside of that, you have to fit, because remember, life is really on Saturday and Sunday for those persons who don't work on a weekend. Yeah. And you have to fit now everything into those 2 days. 2 days. 1.5.
All right. So the reason we're talking about balancing the two is because of what you're alluding to right now. You're saying that there are so many things that are entailed in life, and work is just this one thing. But unfortunately, we allow work,
To spill
and it's not even
over.
just allow, because sometimes some of us, we don't even have a choice based on the type of job that we have.
Yeah.
You know, depending on what your career choice or whatever it is that you do for work, because not every one of us have a career per se, but you work for the money. You understand me? And sometimes it entails or it requires you to do things beyond the
Working hours.
the 8 hour. If they say it's 8 hours, some persons work for 12 hours. And when you work for 12 hours in a day,
I can't think of it.
where's the
I
rest
can't
of the
think about
time
it.
for you to do anything else? I mean, and then mark you, remember that even for those of us who go to work for 8 hours in a day, you spend like another
2 hours in traffic.
or maybe even more than 2
So,
getting from home to work.
I remember reading this meme that says 8 to 5 is a scam, because
Yeah.
you're up from about 5 and you reach home like 8 o'clock. And so this 8 to 5 is really
Yeah, so
a
that's
scam.
not really what you're doing.
It's
And so
not
that's
really
why
what
we
we do.
need to find a balance, because if you don't do that, then we find ourselves, you know, just feeling so overwhelmed, feeling bombarded, feeling like, look, me nah live, life nah happen. You're just always running, always rushing, always just feeling like nothing nah happen, nothing nah gel, which is probably why you're saying you don't think it really exists, this balance. But we are the ones who are responsible for making the balance happen. We
Yeah.
have to balance it. It is not easy, but we have to do it, because
It's
if
a
we don't, we're in
very,
trouble.
very interesting and serious, I would say, topic, because we look at it very simple, but work does get into our life, and life does get
yeah.
into work. Because, so for instance, you go to school. Oh my God, I remember going to college. Jesus Christ. I had no time for self, period. None.
And this is going to school while working.
This is going to school while working. And then you can think of the persons who went to school while having children.
Yeah.
And a family, like a husband and all of those things. And they had to
While
put
working.
while working, and they had all of those things too. But then you can become depressed
Yes.
in that situation
Stressed.
because no, you're not going to work anymore because for most of us when we just started working, it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All grown up.
That
and
you
got a
know
job.
that you were energized and everything, and then you find over time that you really don't want to go to work because no, it's monotonous. You just go there because again, are your bread.
Worst if it's something that you find yourself no longer wanting to do, or maybe you never want to do
Exactly.
it in the first place.
Because some jobs I believe are just entry level jobs,
Right.
and so you go in expecting after 2 years, 3 years, you should
Move up.
be elevating, going up the ladder and all of that, and it's not happening for you, and then you just really roll over Monday morning feeling
Just
depressed because you
drag
don't want to go
yourself
anywhere.
out of the bed.
Exactly, you just don't want to go, and then you have to go to work now, deal with all of that, sit down in a traffic 2 hours, come home to family, come home to children, homework, but we all go down in all of that because we have
Yeah.
all of that
All right,
to discuss.
While because you just brought that up and the fact that we're going into all of it, we're gonna put a picture out there, paint a picture of what life entails. Yeah. So as you said, it entails many things.
Many things.
It entails family, which includes children, and you know that children, it's not a small piece of the package. Children, whereas if it's not one child, if it's not a child, but children, it is a whole other thing in and of itself. When you have to ensure you're responsible for this life,
Yeah.
for this little person that
Even
you
beyond
brought
the age
into
of
world.
18.
Yes. And so, that's a job in and of itself.
Yeah.
While you're working and trying to balance everything else. Family, which includes husband or wife, whichever, depending on whichever sex you are. And you have to make time for
one another. Yeah.
yes, for the relationship of each
Definitely.
other and all of that. There is religion. I mean, some of us go to church and some of us do other things. Whatever it is your religion is, you have to make time for that. You make time for chores. I mean, the chores.
They never end.
Never. And not every one of us are in a situation where we can afford to employ
Hire
somebody
yeah.
to take care of these things for us. When you have to find time to do the washing and the cleaning and the cooking. I mean, think about it. Like even just coming home from work in the evenings and to go prepare dinner for husband and children. I mean, and then some of us were single and so we're preparing dinner
There's
just
so
for us
many.
and the
There's
children.
so many aspects to
It's
this.
still so much. You are exhausted.
And then you forget the fact that you still have to make time for self.
Yep. And
Yeah.
for friends.
And for friends, your
whatever it
leisure,
is.
all
Yeah.
of those things. Because
Yeah.
you need to vacate. You understand? And where do you fit all of this in 2 days? Saturday and Sunday.
But you keep on sticking to the 2 days, but I'm trying to remind you that
Not
some
all
of
of
these
us.
things, no, it's not even that. Some of these things, they have to be done even outside of those 2 days. They have to be done on a daily basis.
It has to. It has
You
to.
have to do it.
The
You have
2
to
days
find a way
can't do
to
that.
it. You have to
Exactly.
do it. And think about, all right, let me just paint a little picture for you. All right, so I wake up in the morning, yeah? This is me painting my picture of going to work every day. Listen, I'm one of those people who said, this not right. We're not supposed to do this. I wake up in the morning, let's say about 4:30, 5 o'clock. Because based on where I live to where work is and the way how the traffic stay upon the road, if I need to get to work at 7, I have to leave my house from 5:30. Yes? 5:30 in the morning. Some of the time, say sun don't even peep out time eye yet when you're leaving home. Yeah? And I'm getting myself ready, I'm getting the child ready, and I mean, you have to ensure that you pack this, pack that, all of these things, because guess what? You're going to be out for the whole day. You're not come back for now. You understand me? When I get back home, it's dark again. You go to work half asleep. Sometimes some of the things, the challenges that you have to deal with at work is so stressing. It's depressing. And, you go back into the traffic when the work day done, 2 hours probably. Get back home, you have to think about cooking the food, making sure the clothes them ready, and balancing
Packing
all
the
of
bags,
these things.
everything
I
again.
mean, you feel like a octopus, because when I get home in the nights from work, because what I do, I try to prepare my stuff from overnight, because as I tell you, I'm getting out of the house at 5:30 in the morning. I have a child. And so I have to pack his stuff, make sure everything is intact because I'm going to leave him at daycare with somebody who
pack the husband stuff.
pack the husband stuff, pack my stuff, put my clothes together, husband clothes, everybody clothes together. I mean, we are just all over the place. I mean, sometimes what I have to do, I have to prepare dinner from overnight. I have to partially prepare the stuff for breakfast from overnight. When I said, well, prepare lunch, I mean, from overnight, because then I normally take lunch to work and stuff like that. And so it's just so many things. And then after doing that a few times, you're like, Jesus Christ, I can't do this no more. I'm done.
Yeah.
It is overwhelming.
That's when reality really hits.
And you're like, I just can't do this. So what are we saying? What do we do? How do we balance this thing?
And it's hard. It's hard. And I remember when I had all those things doing, and when I say all those things, I mean working a full-time job, going to college, coming home to a family. Yeah? All right, then. You're there working, you can't study now because work pressuring. You can't look at the book or anything. You need to give the job the time where them ask you for. Yeah? And now you come home at 8 o'clock and you start looking at your schoolwork with you tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Right? Or tomorrow evening. And you got your bed about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And then you get up again for another work day. That was rough. And I remember telling myself, oh my God, I can't wait till school done. School done, none of the same thing. School. I remember I was saying to myself, say, I can't wait until school is just over and done with and I have more time. That's a lie. It's a lie. There's no more time because you're going to find something else that is just going to slip in that position. Because remember, you always had these things over here that needs to get done. And one of them just slip in at the position of school. I know that becomes school.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And the cycle just starts again. But we have to find a balance. And maybe we need to look at some ways.
Yeah. So one of the things I tried to look into this because, I mean, this is a real issue. And it affects and happens to everybody.
Everybody.
I mean, once you stop going to school, you're no longer a student and you're now a grown up, this is what you face.
And we can look at the flip side to that as well. You find yourself now saying, all right, I'm going to get somebody to do the chores. I'm going to get a sitter for the babies. Right. I'm going to get... Can you get somebody to do your schoolwork? Yeah, you can. Online. I get somebody to do your schoolwork. And we're just finding everybody. And you say, all right, then you know what? I'm just going to focus on taking care of the husband and myself and just going to work. But then guess what? When you get somebody to do all of those things, you start missing out. So now you start missing out on the growth of your children. You start missing out on homework time with your children, playtime with your children, right? Because now somebody else is fitting in your mom time. Now the person who you get for cook the meal for you, you start feel like, Jesus have mercy, I'm a bad wife now because I can't even find time for cook meal for me husband, and I can't even do little laundry, and there's no time being spent with family. Yeah. And you know, think that I'm a bad person. The guilt start to eat you up. But guess what? You are not perfect. And we need help.
Yes, we do.
We need help in this life. We do.
And one of the things when we think about, taking measures to correct this or to find the balance, one of the first things that I found out is that you need to let go of this notion that you're perfect. You're not a perfectionist. Life is not perfect. So you're just going to have to let go of that perfectionist idea.
So how do you want to be a perfectionist in a unperfect world?
Yeah.
That not fit in. It can't fit.
Yeah, so you're going to have to let it go. You have to let go a little. You
have to.
Pressure yourself too much because it's just not possible for you to do everything. You get tired. You're a human being, so you got to let go. That's the first thing you have to do.
Yeah.
Let go. Step back and just say, listen, all right, I'm going to have to make somebody else do some of the things.
And it's not a bad thing. You are actually creating a job.
Yeah, that too.
Look at the upside to that. Right?
But at the same time, you try to ensure that you take care of the things that are most important to you. You understand?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And the things that are closer to you, the things that will still, make you feel like a mom and a wife. They're not taking that away from you.
Right.
But the little things like the chores and whatever. Like, if you can't handle it, have somebody do it for
just
you.
don't have the time and don't have the energy. And the next thing you do, you need to leave work at work. Leave work at work. Unless it is a situation where you are one of those persons who you have to take work home or you have to take a call, depending on what your job is. I don't know who we could say is, that type of person where they have to take a call when they're home or whatever. But if you don't, turn off the phone if you think somebody's going to call you.
Yeah.
Leave the phone somewhere in another room. If an email is going to come that's going to distract you, leave it. Just
Because
step back.
guess what? Sometimes we can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to wait until tomorrow.
And all it's doing is interrupting your
Yeah.
family time, your lifetime. I mean, some of us, we may not have family because we're not just catering to only people who have their
Yeah.
husbands or wives and children. I mean, you may be a single person, but you need time for yourself.
Yeah.
Everybody needs time for themselves. I mean, as ladies, it takes so much to look as good as we do. You need time to go do your hair, to go do whatever it is that you do, to rub a little moisturizer on your face, whatever it is, you have to make time for all of these things.
Yeah.
So you have to step back, leave work at work, and just find the best way to balance the thing.
I mean, even now, during this whole pandemic, COVID-19, and I work from home some days, it's hard to separate life from work. So imagine being at work all the time.
Yes.
You can't. It's hard. Sometimes I literally have to say, no, it's 2:00. I need to go have some lunch. It's 6:00. I need to stop working now. Like I don't know if the pressure is much more working from home than if you're out, because at work, as the bell ring, 5:00,
You just leave.
bag over your shoulder and you leave. But you're home now, you're in this comfort zone and you're getting so much more things done because it's
Yeah.
quiet. And there is no distraction for persons who might not have kids who come and want a snack and want a juice and whatever and distract you. But no, you're so focused and you're getting so much more things done.
You forget to
Now is the time that you have to separate work from life. You
Yes.
have to
balance it.
you have to balance that. And I am still
Trying.
trying to do that. So you have days when I literally get up and go in to office.
Yes.
Because when I go into office, I know that it's lunchtime, because if I get up by 12:00 lunch, I got done. So I have to go downstairs and at the canteen go get lunch. And I know say 5:00 I'm out of the office. So whatever you have to do to just split that time and say no, it's time
Yeah.
to stop. You have to find that
You
balance.
have to look at what is important.
Yeah.
There are things in your life that are important, and not to say that work isn't, because
Yeah.
it is. We know why we do it, but you also have to think about the things that are more important. It's important for us to eat. It's important for us to sleep. Some of us don't get enough sleep. It's important for you to have sex.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I remember being too tired to have sex because of work, because of the long traveling, to and from work, and the long day. By the time I get home, I'm so exhausted. I go time and weeks and weeks. No
yeah.
sex. We need sex. You understand? It's important. We need family time. We need vacation time.
We do.
We need time to spend with friends. Time to go visit.
Oh God,
some,
we
I
need
mean,
time for friends. Oh God.
Yes.
Because guess what? Them can talk to about some things
and release the stress.
and release it, because them alone are gonna understand, and we just have that girl vibe, or that man need them time with them.
Yeah, male
man friends
bonding,
too.
but
You
them
get
go
me?
play
I say,
some football
and some
them go
dominoes
do
and
whatever
stuff.
it
You
is
just
that them
need
do.
it.
Yeah. I mean, and as I talk about playing football, we need time to exercise.
We do.
We
do.
hardly ever make time
We
for
do.
exercise because of how busy we are. And exercise is so important. This fast-paced life that we are living, it causes so many people to be sick. We not rest. We not eat properly. I mean, when you go to canteen, creep the food before it done and chuck it down your throat because you need to eat something. You're not eating properly. You're not
But then
eating
you can
healthy.
even go back to the whole work from home situation too, because you find that they're preaching healthy eating now and exercise now, because guess what? We get comfortable in our little space and we just eat
Sit
round the
a
clock.
desk. Yeah,
We just eat round the clock, and then we have to find time. We have to find time to look after us.
It's a balance. And so what we're saying, structure your life. Structure your life. I mean, do the timetable thing. I mean, treat it like when you dog at school and you have a timetable, you know,
Timetable,
say you have
yeah,
time
man.
for this and time
Between
for that.
11 to that break time. You need break time. The other day,
Schedule
me a look
exercise
on-
time.
How you made us say the picture I told the other day,
Yeah, it's not right.
I said, for your wife, them toe they want. When last you do your toe? I mean, one of the major reasons why I'm gonna get it done is because of the whole corona thing.
Yeah,
You don't
you
really
don't
want,
wanna go
like,
out
it's not
there.
really important like that. But me, I said, no, Shelly.
Yeah.
Them toe they want do. You just have to find time for self because guess what? You might not get to do the vacation or whatever, but when you put yourself together, you feel a little better.
Yes. Yes.
You feel it. Well, just like when you bathe. Me tell my friend them all the while say, so when me bathe and drop on my lip gloss alone, you know, I feel like I can conquer the world.
Yes.
I tell them all the time, you just want bathe and lip gloss,
Yeah,
and you're good.
Yeah. We just need to structure. We just need to find the way to make it work. I know it sounds funny to say, okay, you're gonna write down and schedule everything that you're gonna do, but if you don't do that, then what else are you gonna do? If you
Life
can find
is
another
gonna
way to
crumble
do it,
down.
then go ahead, do it. But
Or
whatever
tell
it is
us.
that you do,
Tell us, please, tell us.
Yeah.
Because I'm still struggling as to when to stop.
yeah, man.
When to stop. Shelly, when to move on, when to stop. I'm still struggling with that. I need
Yeah.
to know when to pause.
A lot of us, we are unhappy. You will hear so many people. Just talk to your friend. Talk to some stranger that you don't even know and ask them about this very same topic. I mean, we are unhappy. We are so stressed. I mean, we're grumpy and grumble about work. And when we go to work, we are with co-worker and we manager catch up because we're just unhappy, stressed out, all because we don't have a proper balance in our life.
Go anywhere. Anywhere. I could have one gas station. Or even KFC.
Yeah,
I go
man.
make a mistake and say, no, erase that and give me that instead. Them done you. Because
them
guess
tired
what?
and
Then
stressed.
stress.
Yeah, man. And
just need a
sometimes we just don't
balance.
understand that is it. If we don't look at these, I mean, all these little things that take up our life, take up our time, they are important, and we need to know what is more important to us. Everybody's different. So what's important to me may not be as important to you. You understand me? But whatever it is, you have to figure that out.
Whatever is important to you, make it happen.
Yeah, you have to
Make
figure
it
it out.
happen.
You have to structure it and start small. If you're in a position right now where you feel like, yo, me just there all over the place and yo, all the way me I say no sound like it make any sense to you, start small. Stop, assess the situation, look around and say, all right, what can I do differently? What can I change to make it a little better? Start small, do something. It's better than nothing. As we're talking about work-life balance, remember the reason why we work. I mean, for some people, especially those of us who may have the kind of job that makes you feel like you're not really working because
Yeah.
you have that thing that makes you tick. You know, we get so caught up in the work and putting everything into it. Like work is like a competition because, you know, you're competing with the co-worker over there. Who can get the best award? Who can get the promotion? All of those things that we get caught up in all of these things. And forget why we really are work is really just forget the money, you know.
We are work for live.
Yeah. And
We're
that
working
we are
to
doing.
living, but guess what? We're not living.
Yeah, so then if you have work every day for live, and then you end up find yourself one day
It don't
old
make
and
no
great and you
sense.
never lived. Why did we do it?
There's no sense in that. It's
Yeah,
just like
you
we were
just have
saying.
to balance the
You have a
thing,
lot of
man.
person saying them a chug down the overtime.
Yeah.
And overtime around and I need to get this done and whatever. But guess what? You use that overtime money and got the doctor because you get sick.
You're stressed and tired. And your picnic not get to see your
Your
wife,
picnic
not
get-
get to see your girlfriend. You know, go out there, go get for take the time and find one good woman, so you have to end up settle down with one little.
And we're not throwing stones. We're just talking. It's reality. It's reality. We're
Yeah.
not throwing a stone on nobody or anything because guess what? It's
It's
not
what
like we're not.
happens.
We're facing it.
Yeah.
You
that's
have to
what
put a
happens.
pause. You just have to because guess what? It's when you don't have no work, there's still family. When you don't have no work, there's still children.
Mm-hmm.
And so you need those relationships. You need them.
Yep, you definitely do. So we're saying balance. Find the balance. Structure your life, find the balance and make it work. And as usual, we're always saying, you know, send us your comments. Tell us what you think. We'd like to hear from you. You know, share, like, subscribe. Tell somebody about it because, you know, we want to continue talking to you and spread the joy all around.
Remember that this audio is also available in all podcast platforms. Go there, Google Podcast, Anchor Podcast, Pocket Cast. We are there, Apple Podcast. Go there, search for Inside Us. We have so much more that we want to talk about, so many more topics that we want to touch on. And also, you can always share what is it that you want us
To talk about.
Yeah. We're here. Again, I am Naisha Patterson Gordon.
And I'm Nataki Gordon Fleming.
And we are signing out.